What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Fantasy Now Plus, your place for fantasy football content throughout the week. We're here to help you win your league every week. And today's show, we have our priority waivers with Charlene and I. We will cover the top 18-ish people that you should be considering at the waiver wire, and also talk about some of the injuries that happened over the week and how to just fix your lineup as we head into week 4. But until then, let's go ahead and get right into the show.
You're watching Priority Waivers only on Fantasy Now Plus.
Charlene, we are back. How are you doing?
Good. Surprisingly, this was a better week for me. I went 13 of 16.
13 and 16 or 13 of 16 you won?
13 of 16 teams won out
cool.
in my managed teams. So, because I do have a bunch of best balls, so we don't count that.
No, shouldn't, unless you win, and then you
right, and then of course
add one right there, please. I was actually looking at my sleeper, but I didn't actually count for all the actual teams. I am currently 31 and 21, so I'm still up. I'm pretty sure I won all but maybe 3 leagues this week, which
there you go.
I expected to lose in those leagues, so it's
I somehow pulled out a win in our staff league.
I did too,
with my glorious team.
Yeah. American Pot Pie Day is today. Great American Pot Pie Day is today. So I was thinking about what to make for dinner, and I might have to make some pot pie tonight.
There you go.
Probably won't, but that'd be great.
Maybe I'll take one out.
I look up recipe for pot pie. Maybe that's Sundays.
I am not the chef in my family, and my husband is currently in Toronto, so
I know how that goes, but on the reverse side, it's like, oh my God, you leave for a work trip and you're like, what are you gonna eat while I'm gone? It's like overtime. I have to work more just to make sure
do you make a lot of leftovers so that
I do a lot of prepared meals. I'll prep breakfasts, I'll prep lunches, I'll make some dinners for her to eat, and some mostly casseroles and stuff. It really depends on how long. I've never gone for more than 3 full days. It's usually 2.5.
Okay. But, we get anything from 2 to 5, but the 5 is rare. It's usually 3 or 4 days. That's the norm. So,
well, look at us killing gender norms out the gate. I cook in our family, you don't. So it's killing gender norms throughout all of life, guys. But yeah, before we actually dig into some of these injuries that happened over the weekend or just are ongoing, be sure to subscribe to our channel, Fantasy Now Plus, on YouTube and anywhere you get your content. If you're on Finstock Sports Network, be sure to join us over at Fantasy Now Plus. We have 8 days of content 8 days, 8 shows of content throughout the week. That's one basically almost every day. Thursdays are only podcast day. It's not an actual show, but Wednesdays we double it up and have 2 shows. So be sure to check us all out. If you're on Twitch, great. Keep subscribing, follow, whatever you do on Twitch. But every link to all of our social media can be found in our description at fantasynowplus.com/follow. And be sure to check out our website where you can find all of our rankings, our game picks for the week, how we're doing, articles. We have ways to win in DFS and Underdog and all the things. And of course, speaking of Underdog, all new customers get $5. You play $5, you get $50 in bonus funds if you use code FNPLUS. That link is also in that link in the description. So check that out. I had some friends use that code and they were like, I put $10 down just to see what happens. And then they went up 100. And then they were like, I pulled that $10 out and now I'm just playing with house money. I'm like, that is the perfect thing.
To do it.
Win some, pull it out and just play off of that. And then once you lose it all, you had fun for a few weeks.
Right.
And I think that's really just how gambling goes. But I do have to say, don't chase losses like I am right now. I was up to 190, down to like 70. So
I mean, that's how it goes.
I had a play last night. $1 would have paid out $195. I was one off.
Oof. Yeah.
Chad, welcome in. No bench league, $5 per transaction. Ooh, dang. Would you drop Javonte for Amarian, and would you drop Marv for either Keenan, Q, or Pickens? I don't think I would drop Javonte for Amarian, even with Amarian being the guy. Schottenheimer, the head coach for the Cowboys, has proven that he will run the ball. And Javonte has been doing very well. But the last 2 years, Schottenheimer has been part of the top rushing offenses in the league. I would expect that to continue, and Javonte is going to get the workload. He is the guy. Like, he is the running back that we always hoped he would be. I don't know. Do you agree with that? Or
I agree, because from what I'm hearing, like, Hampton's not going to be that bell cow back. Like, they still have more running backs to share the workload, and it's going to be spread out a little bit. I don't know what that's going to look like. I think Hampton's obviously going to get most of the work, but right now, I mean, you know what you're getting from Javonte. So
yeah, 25 points from Omari and Hampton, where he had 11 in the previous 2 weeks combined. You still have Hassan Haskins.
don't
I mean, Amarian will get the work, but you're hoping that he gets the full sheer volume.
Right.
Whereas they also have a complete wide receiver onslaught of players. Javonte, you know exactly what you're getting. Right. I know he's had issues in the past. Really, I think you're getting the same player, but you know what you're getting out of Javonte. As far as would you drop Marv for any of those three? Yes.
Yes.
The answer is yes.
The question is, which one? Because it's definitely yes for any of those guys.
Honestly, all three of those guys don't show up on our list today because they're usually rostered.
Right. Already. They're all rostered in every single league that I play in.
Oh, it's a no bench league. That's why.
That's why. I would go Pickens here.
Yeah, with CD potentially out with a high ankle sprain, that's going to be a big issue, and we're going to talk about that here in maybe 30 seconds. But with CD out, Pickens is the guy. He was targeted heavily. I know Ferguson got 1 million targets and got 1 million receptions last week, but Pickens is the wide receiver one at this point until further notice. Did you have legend Hank Aaron? No, I didn't. And Jamie, thanks for tuning in for the first time ever. Never seen you before.
Hi, Jamie.
Thanks
We're in
for
a couple leagues together.
Yeah. Jamie's just joking. Jamie loves. I love Jamie. I put in a waiver drop Marvin Harrison for a Dunze from Chicago. I wish I had Hampton last week over 20 points, and not much from Genty yet. I think keep starting Houston D. Oh, there's a lot to unpack here. Yeah, honestly, I hate saying drop Marv. Marv might end up on this list next week. He probably will end up on our list next week, but not in a good way.
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, keep holding on Genty. Like, Genty will get usage. I don't know what Chip Kelly's doing with the whole workload management. It's week 3 of the NFL. Like, over, I don't know. As far as Houston's defense goes,
Dunze is also not on our list because he is rostered in every league that I'm in also.
Yeah, so, he's currently rostered in 93.4% of leagues.
Right.
So it's
incredible. If he's there, that's put it all on Dunze.
Yeah. As far as the Houston Texans defense, they have Tennessee this week, so maybe start him this week, but then bench them after. Or find a new defense. If you can find literally any better defense, pick them instead.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into some of these injuries from our injury report. The big ones. Actually, first, let's do the 2 out for seasons. James Conner, Najee Harris, both out for the season. Najee Harris tore his Achilles. James Conner has a serious knee injury.
Both was his ankle.
ankle. I thought it was knee.
I heard ankle. I don't know. It looked really bad. Whatever it was.
Whatever it was, he's out. A leg injury. And considering James Conner's advanced age,
do you think this might be it?
This might be it.
I mean, he was already injury prone, and he was looking really healthy.
He hasn't played full seasons ever. He's always missed at least 1 or 2 games. But that doesn't mean he hasn't been bad. He's been very good since 2020. Was his last time he was not a starting fantasy running back in the league, even missing only playing 13 games. He still finished in the top 20, which is absolutely crazy to think about.
Yeah.
But 30 years old. I feel for him. Season-ending injury. It does look like it was the ankle. You're right. So that's tough. I drafted James Conner in a lot of leagues just because of how efficient he was and how good he has been. But yeah, I would almost consider this to be a career-ending fantasy career-ending injury. You can drop him safely. Najee Harris, if you're in a redraft, drop him. If you're in a dynasty, Marion Hampton's there. So not saying it's career ending for Najee, because Najee will come back. Achilles do suck, especially for running backs. It might be 2 years before he actually gets back to a playing style, like the way he plays. And at that point, he's 29 years old.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So those are tough. Let's talk about some red alert situations. CeeDee Lamb had his hamstring injury, or I'm sorry, high ankle sprain injury off of the dumbest play. I don't know if you were watching the Cowboys game.
I did happen to catch that play, and I was going, why is he even running that play? Why are we doing this?
Live. It was like CeeDee Lamb's the only one in the backfield. I'm like, you have Javonte Williams. Okay. I get like mixing it up, trying to get Chicago off balance, but like,
Can we not do it with our star receiver? That'd be great. Thanks.
Right. Like, can we do it with, I don't know, Jalen Tolbert, like Kevontae Turpin? Like, Turpin is a speed demon. Like, do a Turpin or something. But loses a yard on the play. And then not only that, the real kicker that makes me mad as a fantasy manager is that they were offsetting penalties. The play didn't even matter. The play didn't count at the end of the day. And now he just is gone for 2 to 4 weeks because of a play that does not matter.
Yep.
So upset about that. Next one, Mike Evans has a hamstring injury. We don't know the timeline on that yet, but I'm assuming
I saw something this morning that said 2 to 4 weeks. Like literally right before the show started. I got before I put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Expected to miss multiple weeks as of 17 minutes ago. So that's cool. Jatavian Sanders, he high ankle sprain, out multiple weeks also. That's the tight end for Carolina. If you're starting him, I'm sorry. Tyrone Tracy has a dislocated shoulder. He's expected to miss 2 to 4 weeks. I'm assuming all 4 of these guys will probably get placed on IR because it's 2 to 4 weeks. That gives them 4 weeks to actually heal and get back. And it's still early enough to where they could still make a season impact on their team. Ankle sprain is not good. Look at Jonathan Taylor last year. After he came back, took him some time to fully heal. It'll be 6 to 8 weeks until we get 100%. Yes.
Yeah.
But
those ankle sprains
doesn't end their career because look at Jonathan Taylor right now, RB1.
Yeah.
Okay. Here are a couple things to look out for. Malik Neighbors is dealing with a shoulder injury. He only had 3.3 points last week because of that. So something to watch. Juwan Jennings out. Also shoulder injury. Colston Loveland hip. Alec Pierce, after what we thought was a catch, ended up not being a catch. And
did you see that?
Yeah, I was watching. Yeah.
I've like the second he went down, I was like, oh, that's not good.
And if that ball didn't like jiggle just a little bit, that was a catch.
I really thought it was a catch too. I know. I was like, well, at least he held on to never mind.
Even watching the replay, I was like, I'm not convinced that's not a catch. Like, what is a catch at this point?
Yeah.
He had a couple of those this past week. Anyways, Alec Pierce will always he was starting to get involved too. That's the real bad part. Dimey Brown has a shoulder injury. Terry McLaurin with a quad. Dude, Okay, so and before I get to Terry McLaurin, Mac Jones didn't see this PCL sprain, which is a re-aggravation. So is Brock Purdy coming back? Hopefully.
I don't think so. They keep just saying soon, and I'm like, okay, but is soon this week? Because I mean, Mac Jones finished out the game even after hurting his leg, but that last play, I mean, he had half a leg to like.
You have IU rookie Curtis Rourke coming to your rescue now. So,
well,
okay. Back to Terry McLaurin, quad injury. You sat out all of training camp, and then came back for week 1 once you signed your contract. This is almost expected from players that do stuff like this, that they're going to have these soft tissue injuries because they're not in shape to go. And now he's just going. This is probably going to be a lingering issue for the rest of the year. Deebo Samuel looking really, really good right now. So,
yeah.
But not something you want to see from your wide receiver that you just paid a ton of money to.
No, that's another rough one.
Because of all those injuries, we obviously have waivers that we need to take care of. Either you're dealing with injuries on your team with what we've just mentioned, underperformers, or, just want to make your team better and get all the waivers that you can.
Yeah.
Will not allow your other opponents to get these players. Those are definitely things to consider. First one we're going to talk about for maybe 10 seconds. Maybe 30, because he's rostered in 97% of sleeper leagues, but between Yahoo and ESPN, he's only rostered in 30%.
And the kicker is it's 4.6% rostered in ESPN.
Daniel Jones.
What are we doing in ESPN?
Last week, QB 11. He's 6th on the season. Guys, I know all of you roster Daniel Jones if he's in your league, because we've only been talking about him for now 3 weeks. What are we doing? Like, what is everybody on ESPN and Yahoo doing? What is everybody on ESPN doing?
Wait, what is everybody on ESPN doing? Maybe they don't have benches. I don't know. Anyway.
Did you see? We might be talking about the same thing. The post about the all Colts team on ESPN that has every Colts player except for Daniel Jones. They have Anthony Richardson as their starting quarterback.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
They even have. They have Riley Leonard on the bench.
Yeah, that was your burner team, right?
No, because I would have Indiana Jones starting.
I know, right?
Yeah, so guys, come on. I know I was just talking to old friend Dave, part of OUS, that was saying I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. Or whatever. I'm waiting for it to just Daniel Jones to be Daniel Jones again. Like, we're all waiting for Daniel Jones to be new Daniel Jones, right? But until then, ride the wave.
Right.
Last year, we all waited for Sam Darnold to become Sam Darnold again, and that didn't happen until the playoffs. So, ride the wave as hot as it gets. Fantasy season doesn't go into the NFL playoffs, so you might as well continue riding.
Just keep going. There is somebody that's not on our list that I think should still be on the list now, and that's Marcus Mariota.
Yes.
Because first I saw Jaden Daniels is coming back this week. Now I'm seeing he's day to day, and I'm like,
it's concerning.
Don't like the sound. Yeah, I don't like the sound of that. I think if you did pick up Mariota to plug him in last week, don't drop him yet, because I don't know what's happening with Jaden Daniels. I think given how Mariota did last week, I don't think there's any reason to rush Jaden Daniels back. So my guess would be that he's not going to play this week, but just something to keep an eye on. I
would consider picking up Marcus Mariota for the fact if you have Jaden Daniels, and you need that starting quarterback. Mariota did well, and in fact, I think there was a stat. Now I can't remember where I saw it. That maybe you told me, Marcus Mariota had more top 12 finishes.
Oh yeah, no, okay, this was me. I told you that this morning because I was talking about it all day yesterday after I heard it, because I could not believe it. In the past year, he has had more top 10 finishes with 3 as a top 10 quarterback. He has started 1 game in those 3. CJ Stroud has 2 top 10 finishes in the last year.
Oh my God.
So
Carolina week 7 and week 18 in Dallas. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a weird stat. So every game that Marcus Mariota has played, he has finished in the top 10. Just gonna say it. We're gonna put it out there, but yeah, go get Marcus Mariota. If you are struggling and you need a quarterback, you have Jaden Daniels, which I do. Go get Marcus Mariota.
Or if you're in a 2 QB league and have no starting quarterbacks, Marcus Mariota. Hey, he got me a win.
There you go.
Browning was trying to lose it for me.
Trey Benson. We talked about James Conner stuff.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
should be everybody's top. This should be everybody's top ad this week.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, yeah, RB33 last week, but that's not showing everything. 8.1 points last week. He's rostered only in 54.7% of leagues, which is significantly higher because I think a lot of people drafted Trey Benson expecting him to get more of the workload over all the non-James Conner truthers drafted Trey Benson.
It's even James Conner truthers because of the injury history.
Right.
You know that James Conner is going to be out with an injury at some point for at least a few games. So pick up Trey Benson. He's going to get a workload regardless. And then for those weeks where James Conner is not there, he's going to be the guy. So I think a lot of people drafted him for exactly that reason. I have him in a bunch of leagues where I did draft James Conner, and I had him in a handful where I didn't draft James Conner. Just because
he was already getting red zone looks anyway. He had 3 attempts inside the 20, 2 targets, 1 reception inside the 20 as well. No touchdowns yet, but again, James Conner is gone, so who has 2 red zone touchdowns. I would expect him to get a little bit more usage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jamie, Ben, or Scadaboo. Scadaboo's rostered in 80% of leagues. So if you can go get him, great. Because Tyrone Tracy's out for 4 weeks, and at least you know what you're getting out of Scadaboo. I mean, both are good options. These are, in my opinion, the same. But Scadaboo's been RB7 over the last 3 weeks for what it's worth.
Right, but now there's no Tyrone Tracy to cut into his workload.
Yep.
And we've just been kind of waiting for Scadaboo to just
happen,
take over that backfield, right? So this could be the turning point. You're guaranteed that backfield with Benson. So
if I'm looking at Dynasty, I'm thinking Benson. I like Benson better as a running back. I was thinking about this last night watching highlights. I don't know why Scadaboo reminds me of Peyton Hillis a lot. Like a lot.
Wow.
The way he runs directly with his head, like leading with his head, he's like gonna run into CTE. Like him and CTE are gonna go like just run into a wall together. So long-term purposes, I think I lean more towards Trey Benson, but it's just me. One more quarterback. I think we have, one more quarterback here. Carson Wentz. Talked about him last week, where you should probably pick him up. Last week he finished as QB 13, 15.3 points against a weak Bengals defense. I get that. That's fine. That's fair to note that he did play the Bengals defense, and they just absolutely annihilated them. The Vikings offense looked good. That's the thing. He had 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He only threw the ball 20 times, but 173 yards. But he was effective throwing the ball. So that's
kind of what we were expecting out of him.
Yeah, he's doing exactly what you need. And at what point in the season does Carson Wentz just keep winning and they say, do we need to run JJ McCarthy out there?
I think it's kind of
supposed to be like a 6-week injury for him now at this point. So it's.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of the same thing I was saying with Mariota, where if they're doing a good job carrying the team, if they're managing the team well, there's no reason to rush back their star quarterbacks.
Yeah.
From injury. Just let them heal. Take your time until if things start going sideways, then yeah, okay, that's a different story. But for right now, I think you just go with it.
Yeah. Next on our list, Jeremy McNichols. Charlene, you wanted to talk about this one?
I do, because the entire offseason, and I know we talked about this a little bit last week too, the entire offseason, it was nothing but Bill Krosky. So, and he is not delivering for whatever reason. I don't know if it's because of how they're choosing to use him, or if he's just not producing, but when Eckler went down, or, with Eckler in the front, everybody thought eventually Bill would be the guy. And it didn't happen. And then Eckler got injured. He's done for the season. And here comes McNichols. And he's had a role in this offense since week 1, even with Eckler there. Granted, it wasn't a very big role, but Chris Rodriguez was a healthy scratch in week 1 and week 2. So I think with Rodriguez, if you are really struggling and you need an absolute dart throw, maybe, but if you're looking for somebody that will actually get you some points every week, it's going to be McNichols. And he was 4 for 78 with a touchdown this week. I think that usage is definitely going to continue. That is definitely serviceable. So, if you can't go get somebody like Benson, I think this might be your next best option.
My concern here is 4 attempts in week 1 and week 2, or week 3. No attempts in week 2. He was in 23% of the snaps in week 2. No rush attempts. He was only in 26% of the snaps in week 3. 60 of the 78 yards was on one play, and that was the touchdown. So
right.
Say he doesn't break off a 60-yard touchdown run, we're looking at 1.8 points for week 3, which is not great. So it's very touchdown dependent. So that kind of sucks. Bill Krosky got 8 rushing attempts. So now we're looking at 12 total. But Chris Rodriguez had 11 rush attempts, just 39 yards. Right. The thing about this rush offense in Washington is that we want it to be good, but it's, in hindsight, it's just not. Like it's
stagnant at this point. Yeah.
It's very gross. And even with Jaden Daniels, like it wasn't good. I mean, if we look at the running back situation in week 2 with Jaden Daniels, 4 rush attempts for Bill Krosky. The other 2 had 0. But
I feel like that's not sustainable.
It can't be. Not if they want to win. That's the thing. So they're going to have to run. But now
I'm having to look into the future and
it's like, which 3-headed dragon am I going to pick? Which one's the oddball? Like, which one's going to stick out and actually take over the workload? It right now, to me, it seems like there's 3 running backs and none of them want to actually be RB1. Maybe McNichols. And that's why McNichols is on this.
And that's right.
So it's,
I don't know. I'm
steering clear. This is a very, if all else fails and you have nothing else, which I have a league like that where I have to
I have a lot of leagues like that, which maybe is why I am so gung ho on taking a flyer on McNichols, is because I am in a lot of leagues where Trey Benson was drafted. Nobody picked him up on waivers. He was drafted. So, Scatabo drafted very early.
Yes.
So,
Let's talk about a tight end. Another flyer here because of injuries. And the injury we didn't talk about. This is Oronde Gadsden II. He finished as tight end 14 last week, and he got this workload because Will Dissly is dealing with a knee. He was dealing with a knee injury last week, which took him out of the game. And if I can spell Dissly right, I can actually pull up some stats. Here we go. Yeah, so he was out for week 3 with a knee injury, which led us to Tyler Conklin, who had 2 targets. But Oronde Gadsden had 7 targets, 5 receptions, and 46 yards of offense. So it's 9.6 points. 9.6 will get you tight end 14 in this league. Like, that's the thing, is either you're top 3 or you're nothing.
Yeah, he looked good out there.
This isn't something like, oh yeah, just hold on to this guy forever. This is pick him up and hope that maybe week 4 does something. They played the Giants next week. That could be fine. Like, if Dissly does miss time, something to keep an eye on. If you're struggling and you're trying to find a tight end, I had to put a tight end on here somewhere. Like, that's going to be I think our struggle of every week is just finding which tight end this week. So if you're streaming, this is the guy that maybe I might pick up if I'm streaming tight ends, just because, well, he might do something. Gadsden is my most owned player in Dynasty, 17 shares, all basically free off the waiver wire. There you go. And he won't be picked up off the waiver wire this week. That's the thing. You could probably get him for free. So put that $0 fab on. Jackson Dart is the starter. Do we think has started? Maybe we start those defenses. Next up, Alec Manor, we talked about last week. Wide receiver 27 last week. He's finished as the wide receiver 20 the last 3 weeks. 18 targets to Ridley's 21, and Ridley continues to drop balls. Ridley has dropped a lot of balls lately. And Manor has 2 touchdowns over the last 2 weeks. So he's being more utilized in this offense. I was talking to a Titans fan earlier. Absolutely zero trust in Calvin Ridley. All the trust goes into Alec. That is their offense at this point. Tony Pollard's been meh. Alec Manor has seemed to be the guy. So,
yeah, I agree with that. I like what I'm seeing from Manor, and I don't like what I'm seeing from Calvin Ridley.
No, I mean, look at this. Week 1, Manor, 7 targets, only 2 receptions. Okay, rookie debut.
Right.
6 targets, 4 receptions, 5 targets, 4 receptions. He's getting better. Ridley, 8 targets, 4 receptions. Okay. 6 targets, 3 receptions, 7 targets, 1 reception.
Yeah.
He had like 3 drop balls last week. That's not good.
I feel like that's the theme every week, right? I think. Yeah. I had high hopes for him this season.
And zero. I like I said last week, I have the amount of hopes I have for Calvin Ridley ever being good ever again, period, is his jersey number. So the next one up,
new jersey number.
I realized this morning that I put Deontay Thornton on this list, and I was like, why did I put him on this list? He did nothing. It was Tyquan Thornton. Tyquan Thornton.
Yep.
Wide receiver 15 last week. Wide receiver 15 over the last 3 weeks. He's worth a look because he is second in targets on the Chiefs, and that includes Travis Kelce in that mixture. Hollywood Brown is leading the team with targets. Thornton is second. He has 1 target in the red zone, and that was for a touchdown. Now, he's worth a look because right now he's doing okay. But what happens when Xavier Worthy is back? What happens when Rashee Rice is back in a couple of weeks? Thornton's usage is going to go down a lot, most likely. So I would expect good games the next couple of weeks. Would not continue to expect him to be good past week 7.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree with that. And even now it makes the Chiefs offense just makes me nervous. It's hard to predict where Mahomes is going to look, who's going to be the guy.
Yeah.
It makes me nervous.
Agreed. I had to add a new status category to our list.
And I appreciate that.
this one will fool you. Luke McCaffrey, wide receiver 24 last week, is 49 over the last 3 weeks. And this is why I put a don't get fooled caveat on this one, because guys, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on him. Because I'm not going to get fooled by Luke McCaffrey, and you should not either. This is a fluke. Marcus Mariota is not going to play every single game. Luke McCaffrey had 3 targets, 3 receptions last week for 56 yards and a touchdown. All of last year, in 17 games, he had 24 targets and only 18 receptions for 168 yards. This is not Luke McCaffrey's coming out party.
No.
This is just a random show in the boat.
It was one of those, you saw him catch the touchdown. You went, oh, hey, good for him. And that was it. Moving on.
And Jamie, even with McLaurin missing next week, Noah Brown still exists. Deebo Samuel still exists. Like, other players still exist. And
I would put all those guys well ahead of.
I mean, I know Noah also missed week 3, but like, I don't know. I'm not trusting Luke McCaffrey.
No.
Like, right now, the only thing that I trust in that Commanders offense without Jaden Daniels is Deebo Samuel.
Yep. Thank God I have him in a bunch of places.
And when Jaden Daniels comes back, the only player, Deebo sucked last week too. I just realized that 3 targets, 2 receptions. What is going on?
Yeah, no, it was rough.
Okay.
But
Luke McCaffrey, you can look at him for a week. When players come back, just don't get upset next week when he gets you 2 points or less.
Or less. I think I am gonna bank on the less.
And maybe this is gonna come back and haunt us, and we will be
we'll be on fantasy receipts. That's not good.
don't pick up Luke, and Luke ends up becoming like a top 3 wide receiver. But he's not Christian. Should I trade Cherry Benson for Egbuka? Depends on what your situation looks like.
Yeah,
I mean, truthfully, like, is it redraft? Is it dynasty? Do you have good running backs?
Your team look like?
Receivers? Yeah, like, I definitely I like these questions. I do. I will hope more people ask questions like this, but right off the bat,
information.
I would get Egbuka. I'd prefer Egbuka over Trey Benson.
Same.
But do you have running backs? Do you have wide receivers? Do you need wide receivers in your stack of running back? Like, are you giving up your only good running back now? Like, there's a lot to that question. So if you throw in a couple more details, I will be happy to add those. I'm going to put this player up because you marked that you wanted to talk about it. Mac Jones, we just talked about his PCL injury. QB 15 last week. He's dealing.
Yeah.
How long?
Well, right. And so that's why I wanted to talk about it is we don't know if Purdy's coming back or not. We don't know what's happening with Mac Jones now. If you have him, let's hope that he's okay. Before he got injured, I did not think that Purdy was going to come back for week 4. Now with this re-aggravation, I'm not sure what they're going to. I mean, this whole QB situation is now a hot mess. So, yeah, the Niners are just giving me heartburn right now. I mean, and Nick Bosa's out for the season. Like,
yeah. I don't know what to do about
that team is just falling apart.
I'm steering clear of Mac Jones if he is dealing with an injury. Literally CMC is taking one person every week and saying, keep me healthy. This week apparently is Mac Jones. So Calvo, my receivers are CD, AJ Brown, and JSN. My running backs are ETN, Pollard, and Warren. Yes, get Egbuka if you can for Trey Benson.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Do I do Judkins and I get a Mecca? I already have Warren, Gibbs, and Taylor. Yeah. If you can get a Mecca for Judkins, do it. Because you have 3
Warren,
running backs.
Gibbs,
you have Gibbs and Taylor. Like, you don't even need Warren.
Yeah, do that.
All right, Gibson Taylor, I'm winning the league. Like, I don't care. I'm winning if I have not one but two top 12 running backs in the league, I don't even pick running backs. Like, I'm winning the league. So, yeah, go win that league. Get a Mecca right now. Next guy, Trey Tucker, wide receiver 1 last week. We all saw this coming, right? 3 touchdowns. Trey Tucker. This is another one.
He had a Troy Franklin week.
Yes. I really, really wanted to put don't fool me again. Don't fool me.
Yeah.
Or don't get fooled.
I almost changed it too. Yeah.
Because we talked about Trey Tucker many times last year. And each time we talked about Trey Tucker, he immediately followed it with like 2 points. Trey Tucker. Okay, so I think we talked about him in week 4 because in week 3 he had 22.6. Week 4 he had 15.4. We're like, this is looking pretty good. Followed up 6.6, 1, 7, 5, 2. And we immediately were like, drop him. And then what's he do after the bye week? 17.2, 13.9. Maybe it's Trey Tucker time again. Fire him up. 2.7, 3.8, 5.3. Trey. I know this is a different quarterback. It's a different offense. It's a different team. How many times are you going to fool me to not believe in you anymore? Because I'm getting tired of it. Jacoby Myers has been... He apparently didn't get any targets last week. 4 targets. He had 22 the 2 weeks before.
Okay, but so I said that Trey Tucker was this week's Troy Franklin.
Yeah.
So Cortland Sutton didn't get any targets last week. Right?
Yeah. What Troy Franklin do? Lose me a game.
Right. And this week, 2 receptions, 8 yards.
So don't get fooled by Trey Tucker. If you can get him for free, get him for free. Fine.
Yeah.
But like drop James Conner or something. But just know Trey Tucker will disappoint you. He's not going to score 40 points. I don't think anybody expects him to ever score 40 points in his career ever again. But man, he balled last week.
Yeah.
He absolutely killed it. Let's see. You do have Chris Godwin. I would definitely get a Mecca then, because once Chris Godwin comes back, like those two will kind of balance out, and one of those two will be wide receiver too.
Yeah.
Would you trade J.K. Dobbins or Chase Brown for Drake London? I just lost CD. I would trade Chase Brown, if you can. I'd keep J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins is doing pretty well. Chase Brown, not so much. His utilization has been severely destroyed. 21 attempts, 16 attempts, 10 attempts. And you would expect him to go up with Browning. But no, he went way down. I almost kind of expect Tosh Brooks to start getting involved in the offense. So, yeah. But also Drake London.
I know. That's why I went, oh. I mean,
Drake,
I guess
Drake London has like top
8
ability. It's just he's starting. I mean, he's not even starting. Like, he had one bad week. Like, is that going to happen every week? Probably not. I expect Drake London to get going again, but that offense has to figure it out. Michael Penix has to figure it out.
I was like, Penix has to figure it out because, the pieces are there.
Rapid fire some of these. Luther Bird in the third. This one is somebody to watch. Maybe worth a stash if you can get him. He's going to be more utilized in that offense. He is like 4th or 5th in targets on the Chicago Bears.
He had 3 targets
coming in. Yeah, 3 targets, 3 receptions, 100. This goes like Luke McCaffrey. Luke McCaffrey is 3 targets, 3 receptions, 101 yards, and a touchdown. Remove the 65-yard touchdown pass off of a flea flicker. That's 12.5 points right there. He would have 7 points, 7.5 points. So might get used more.
If you have the bench space,
if you have the bench space, sure. Worth it.
Don't drop a lot of fab on him.
You're right. He is only rostered in 18% of the league, so this is somebody that you could get probably.
I mean, Dynasty, great, awesome. He's going to be fine. he's going to be
Dynasty's
great.
probably already rostered, but yeah.
Right, for sure. Yeah.
Another guy that's probably already rostered in Dynasty, but probably not in redraft is Torrey Horton, who was wide receiver 14 last week, 19 over the last 3 weeks. Sorry. His fantasy points don't actually, I think, show the whole story because he also had a return touchdown.
Yep.
A punt return. So
yep.
That generally doesn't show up, right? 12, 6. Let me do mental math here. He had 3 targets. That's 3 points. 3, 6, 12. No, I guess it did count. I don't know. Sleeper shows 18.2. He had 18.2. So I guess in some leagues that'll count if you get a special teams touchdown. But
yeah, I mean, I guess the thing to note probably is that his usage is increasing.
Yes.
So he is every week he's on the field for more plays.
A little bit more, yeah. 54% in week 1, got 0 targets, but in week 2 he was on the field for 40, but he got 4 targets. Last week he was on the field for 49, got 4 targets. With Kupp not like producing at the rate that you thought Kupp should be producing at, JSN is another beast, but I think Horton is starting to get more and more involved in that offense, and I think that's going to look good. And if you can keep doing that from the kick returning game, he's not going to score a kick return touchdown every week, but him doing well in the kick return is going to get him on the field more because the coaches will like him and say, go out there, get us a touchdown. He's received 1 of 4 targets in the red zone this season so far. It was for a touchdown, but after that, he's not utilized too much. So that's a little bit of a concern, but he got 4 targets in the red zone. I like that. Yes, Chris Godwin will take away from Emeka, but it's the huge big but. Mike Evans is expected to miss 2 to 4 weeks. Emeka is going to be wide receiver 1 for the next 4 weeks. There's no other wide receivers in Tampa. So when Chris Godwin does eventually come back in like 3 weeks, like play it now. Like I'd still trade Judkins. I mean, you don't need the running back.
Look at this offense too. They have had enough for Mike Evans and Chris Godwin to eat. Yeah. And it's always been that way, right? So
Judkins is sitting on your bench most likely with this lineup with Warren, Gibbs, and Taylor. He's most likely on your bench. He might be in a flex. And Emeka is going to be a starting wide receiver for you for at least 3-4 weeks. Like, and even then, even if Chris Godwin comes back to 100%, Emeka is still better than Chris Godwin. Like, he's younger, he's faster, he's built different. Like, he's not going to lose much.
He's definitely carving out a role for himself.
Yeah.
So I would not be too concerned about that.
Quinion Mitchell's on him.
Yeah.
But is Godwin coming back this week? I didn't think Godwin was back for at least another week or 2. Week 4 debut, potentially. So
well, right. It's that potentially because they keep saying like he's close.
Yeah. Again, Judkins sitting on my bench, Egbuka's a starter. If you can get him, get him.
Yeah, this week might be rough, but if you're thinking long term.
Chris Godwin, Zay Flowers, T. Higgins, and Terry McLaurin. You need him. You do. You need him. Even with Chris Godwin maybe coming back, Zay Flowers is hit or miss. T has been so bad. And we'll talk about T here soon. And Terry McLaurin dealing with an injury. So it's you need a wide receiver. That's the thing. You need a wide receiver. You have maybe one wide receiver right now. Maybe. Next up, Ollie Gordon, running back 27 on this last week, 46 over the last couple. He's not involved in the pass game. Like, he's just not. But he does have more rush attempts than Achane does in the red zone. He has 4. Achane has 2. So this is somebody that, again, worth a stash if you have bench availability. He had 9 rush attempts last week, 38 yards and a touchdown, which is not bad.
Yeah, I mean, you're really
12.
I feel like you're really just relying on him to score a touchdown every week, though.
He's very touchdown dependent. You're right.
Yeah.
Achane does get involved in the passing game, and that's what keeps Achane on the field is that they get down and they have to pass a lot. But He's worth a stash if you if you have Achane, go get Ollie Gordon, honestly. Because if Achane comes out and it has an injury, like, well, he didn't get injured last year, but if he goes down with an injury, Ollie Gordon's there. It's a free play. I would not spend any fab on him though. Don't panic yet on Cooper Kupp. He's been very, like we just mentioned, he's been very disappointing. 3 targets last week, but the week before he had 9. He's got Arizona this week, Tampa Bay the next week. They're going to be in some shootouts. Jacksonville coming up, Houston coming up. Like, too easy. Like, don't panic yet.
Yeah.
Don't panic yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Come back in a few weeks. I might tell you something different. Tyrone Tracy. I'm almost ready to drop Tyrone Tracy.
It's right. We're right there, right? Because.
And this isn't even like a one more chance, like see us next week.
No, it's just
it's see us in like 4 weeks. But if,
right, and what's Scatabo gonna do in the next 4 weeks?
Yeah, if
is Tracy gonna have a role when he comes back?
Exactly. If Cam balls out next week, drop Tyrone. Like, we won't see Tyrone.
And I mean, we kind of expect Cam to ball out next week. So
yeah. So I'm almost ready to drop Tyrone Tracy. I don't want to. I like Tyrone, but they drafted Cam highly for a reason.
Yeah. I mean, if you can put him in an IR spot, then hang on to him. Otherwise,
yeah, that's fair. If you have IR availability, hang on to him. If you have a short bench and no IR, which I know there are leagues like that, just probably drop him safely.
Yeah.
T. Higgins. T. MFer Higgins.
Yeah.
This is the toxicity of T. Higgins. This is what we live for, right? He either does really, really good or really, really bad.
I mean, I hate to say this, but at this point, I think the only player worth anything on that offense
Jamar Chase.
Is Jamar Chase. And
maybe
if you have anybody else,
maybe Noah.
Just if you have anybody else,
let's look at this.
I feel for you.
The next 5 weeks before your bye week, you have a backup quarterback. You have to go to Denver to play on Monday night.
Yeah.
We know T had a huge game against Denver last year. 3 touchdowns with Joe Burrow. It's not happening again.
No. And so I swear their O-line has gotten worse.
Yeah. Somehow. Like they upgraded, but somehow got worse.
Did they upgrade?
They say they upgraded. Really they say they upgraded. So we're going to Denver. Then we're coming home to play Detroit. Okay. At Green Bay. Okay. Back home again for Pittsburgh, who's upgraded their secondary. Okay, we're gonna go 6 weeks. I missed week 8. New York Jets. Okay. There's your 30.
There you go.
There's your game.
There's your silver lining.
Weeks he can have a game. And then Chicago, who's been improving before you get to a bye week. And then if you want to look in, if you want to forecast and say, well, I don't need him now, but I could use him in the playoffs. Maybe he'll be good in the playoffs. I'm sorry you're not getting in the playoffs. Week 14, I looked at week 13, he has Baltimore. Not going to be good. Buffalo in week 14, Baltimore in week 15, Miami in week 16. He can get you to the championship. Arizona in week 17. It's just not looking good. No, it's just not. And at this point, I mean, looking at that schedule, they have one of the toughest schedules somehow for not making the playoffs last year. One of the toughest schedules. Joe Burrow is not expected to be back until, I think, the second Baltimore game. And at that point, if you're already out of the playoffs, why bring Joe Burrow back?
If he even comes back, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, listen, I'm not going to say drop T. Higgins, but we'll definitely be talking about this probably every week.
Next week he gets one more chance from me, and then I'm dropping him. I won't roster him, but then we'll drop him. Next up, Calvin Ridley. We talked about him.
Yeah.
Do we still stash him? I'm not.
You know,
Can I change
it's
the
so
strategy?
funny because I hear people saying like, you know, don't give up, like hang on to him, it's gonna be fine. And I'm going,
In what reality? Like,
I don't,
like what reality?
I don't have that. I don't have those feelings. And I'm an eternal optimist and I don't have those feelings.
Here, okay, so last year he finished as wide receiver 28 with the Titans. His first 3 weeks, he had an 8, 24.7, 3.9. So if we're looking at, same spot here, he followed that up with a 2.5, a bye week, a 0.9, 7.2 before we got to week 8 for a 22.6. And then he salvaged his season late in the season. And that 22.6 came off of 15 targets. That's not happening this year.
I mean, and on top of that, I mean, we got to talk about the quarterback play, right? Because you got to factor that in too. This offense is kind of on the struggle bus. So,
Charlene,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah, you're changing it right now.
I'm dropping him. Calvin Ridley's gone. Like I would never roster Calvin Ridley in the first place. Just gonna throw that out there. I don't believe in Calvin Ridley. Again, zero belief in him. 91.8% of you do. He's rostered in 91.8% of ESPN and Yahoo leagues. He's rostered in 98% of sleeper leagues.
I had him in an ESPN league, one of my home leagues, and I dropped him last week. I am reading the writing on the wall. So, yeah.
RJ Harvey. One more chance?
I mean,
is he gonna do something?
This is JK's backfield.
It is. You're right. It is J.K. Dobbins' backfield.
And I think if you have JK, you should have RJ.
Yeah, that's fair. I would say that, but I mean, should you also have Tyler Batty? Like,
Bidet.
I like Batty sounds better. I'm just gonna say
no, most assuredly it does, but
I'm Bidet. I would be changing my if I was Tyler Bidet, I'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. My last name is Batty. Like, what are you talking about? RJ Harvey has had 13 touches in 3 weeks and a total of 80 yards, 70 of which came in one game, which I think was a breakaway play. Like,
yeah, I was not one of those people that was super high on him going into this season. So
we weren't either. Josh and I tried to warn all of you. Don't. RJ Harvey, the 24-year-old rookie running back from UCF, who has not really played anybody ever.
Yeah. And I drafted JK.
This is
in quite a few places. So I had that feeling already. Yeah.
Loose. I mean, like,
yeah.
I feel the same way about J.K. Dobbins as I did about Javonte Williams, and somehow they both at the exact same time decided to be good.
Right.
And not just good.
New
like
team, new environment, and let's go.
Very good. Like J.K. Dobbins is like Josh Jacobs level good without the receptions. Like,
yeah,
I would not be rostering RJ Harvey. You can give him another week, but it's not going to change anything. Even with Cincinnati's defense, it's not going to change anything. So you can drop RJ Harvey if you want. You're not going to notice. Actually, you might get more bench points. Thank you, Jamie. Do not call him bidet.
European cleaning machine. Oh, it's
Guys, that's gonna wrap it up. We're at an hour. This was a tough week for waivers. Like, this was hard to come up with a list. I don't know about you, but
it's a long list.
It is.
It's hard to narrow it down. That's what's hard.
It's gonna get shorter and shorter.
Yeah,
it'll get shorter and shorter because there will be less and less because of injuries. But follow us. Keep following us. Keep watching every Tuesday at noon Eastern. Because we will continue to talk about the waivers, no matter how many there are. There might be 4 1 week. There might be 20. We won't talk about 20, but yeah, we'll keep helping you win your league. Drop the questions in the chat. We'll answer them as well in future weeks. Tomorrow we have a start sit show with Josh and I at noon Eastern. That's our weekly start sit showdown. Start sit showdown. God, that is hard to say sometimes. Where we pick 4 positions, or all 4 positions. We pick 2 players from each position. That gives you an interesting matchup that you might be having issues with in your league. So watch us tomorrow. It'll be a great show. I had a very bad week. I was 0-4 last week, which is the first time in my career, I think, that I've been 0-4 in a week. Oof. That sucked. Tomorrow night, weekly waiver. The weekly ranking report with Michael and Topher. Thursday will be a DFS podcast show coming out. Friday is our IDP show, all things IDP, in that at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, there is a Dynasty show. And then Sunday, you can catch me with our Start Sit segment show, where I will be making loaded potato skins this week. So be in my kitchen that week. So guys, thanks for following along and watching. Really do appreciate all of you that come every show and check us out and subscribe and comment and do all the things. But yeah, keep looking for all of our content. Charlene, anything you want to plug?
No.
Where can we find you on social?
I am at Chowbella1981 on Twitter. I am at Sweating Glitter 24/7. FantasyNowPlus.com on Blue Sky. I know it is so long.
I wish Blue Sky would just figure that out. Like, give us a username. Like, we don't need the extra stuff. It's fine.
You can find me pretty much everywhere else under Sweating Glitter something or other. So,
and you can find our rankings on the interwebs, FantasyNowPlus.com. I always forget the plus, and it's my website. It's weird.
It's your website.
But guys, it's our website, Charlene. It's our website. But yeah, that'll do us. Thanks for catching us with your lunch or maybe breakfast if you're on the West Coast. But guys, until tomorrow. See you later.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.